Wow. So Kendrick Lamar just dropped a surprise album called GNX, and Kendrick is definitely switching up on this one with a new format and style to his music. And of course, everybody on the internet has something to say about this, from Lil Wayne to McDonald's. So let's get right into how the internet reacted to Kendrick Lamar's GNX. Alright, this first tweet comes from Lil Wayne, who says, "Man, what the fuck I do? I just be chillin' and they still come from my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep, I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed. On me, love." So Wayne is responding to the whole Super Bowl situation that Kendrick's been involved in lately. But Kendrick literally didn't even diss Wayne or anything like that. He kind of basically just said, I made him mad because I got the Super Bowl. Wayne's acting like Kendrick gave him the Drake treatment. It's not all that serious. Tia says, Kendrick and SZA leaving the studio after making Luther, and then shows a picture of a burning house. SK says, I just got done with an exam and Kendrick Lamar surprise drops a new fucking album. Huh? Is this real? Bro, so I was in school, in the bathroom, alright, chilling on my phone, okay, like you do, and my friend texts me and says, yo, Kendrick just dropped an album. I'm like, no way, like, he's gotta be confused, something like that. I look, and GNX is right there. So, of course, bro, I swear to God, I rushed out the bathroom. There's another dude in the bathroom, he's looking at me like, what the fuck? Ran out the bathroom, ran back into my class. I swear to God, I opened the classroom door up. I'm like, Kendrick Lamar just dropped an album to the whole class. Felt like Paul Revere telling everybody the British is coming, but I probably ruined my aura in that class forever. I mean, there was a few people that were like, oh shit, for real, like, damn, thank you, bro. But everybody else is like, yo, who the fuck, who is this kid? Mr. Lil Harlow tweets out, Kendrick Lamar has done it once again. 5B tweets out, GNX is barely mid. Some standouts here and there. Luther comes to mind. I was hoping for a lot better. Red tweets out, Drake waking up his ghostwriters and Kendrick Lamar dropped Hard Part 6 in GNX. Rap TV tweets out, Kendrick Lamar's GNX now occupies the top 12 on US Apple Music charts. So yeah, this just shows the impact Kendrick is having this year and the mainstream success that he can have when he really tries. Pretty Baby tweets out, who are these features on GNX? And shows this picture of a confused woman. Bro, I was listening to this shit like, who the fuck are these people? I was like, I must be so uncultured. Like, I don't know a single one of these features. Even the Roddy feature, even when I re-listen to it, I can't make it out. Like, it does not sound like his voice. I still don't really get that. But I knew the SZA feature though, of course. Gotta recognize my girl SZA. Snoop Dogg tweets out, K-Dot new album GNX. It was the edibles. West West King. So this is Snoop responding to Kendrick's bar on Whacked Out Murals, where basically he said he was upset that Snoop reposted Tailor Made by Drake. Honestly, I feel like Snoop is just, he like 50 and he's just confused. I think even when he reposted at the time, he probably didn't even know what the fuck was going on. He probably just saw, oh, Drake did something and I'm kind of involved in it. Let me post it in the story. Mike tweets out, Kendrick Lamar with the greatest run of 5 tweets in the history of Twitter. And then shows Kendrick Lamar's last 5 tweets. Kofi tweets out, Kendrick Lamar really dropped a 12-track album with no skips. I'm perplexed. McDonald's tweets out, exclamation point, and then shows a picture of Honey Mustard, obviously referencing the Mustard line from Turn This TV Off. And DJ Mustard himself replied to this saying, OMG, lol. And while I really didn't like this line at first, I was like, this is kind of cringe, like, what the fuck? I do like these little kind of zingers and bars that Kendrick is having lately on his tracks. And I don't think he does this on purpose, but they're also like good ways to boost his popularity because people meme it, post it on TikTok, and it just gets more traction. But yeah, it's like a quirky, nice bar, and I think it fits well with the song. Joey tweets out, the difference in quality is insane, and then shows Kendrick Lamar's The Hard Part 6 and Drake's The Hard Part 6. So let me just take this opportunity to say I love The Hard Part 6. It might be one of the best songs on GNX. And I'm honestly glad that he didn't even acknowledge Drake on it and he just kind of went on because it fits so well into the Hard series and great song. JC tweets out, after 5 listens, I think I can rate GNX. 9 out of 10. Amazing content and a fun album. If this wasn't enough to convince you Kendrick is the best in the game currently, I don't know what will. Literally the only complaint I have is there's no overarching theme, but that's the point. Ironic Not Savage tweets out, now I'll be honest, GNX has some bangers, but it definitely feels like a filler album. It's like the episodes in between arcs where they have to deal with the stuff from the last arc, but also have to prepare for a new threat, especially because the Hard Part 6 is on there and that usually comes before the album drops. So this kind of gets into the Kendrick Lamar is going to drop an album theory, and this was more of like a mixtape before the album, which we'll get into in just 1 minute. So Foreign tweets out, this song was not on the GNX album and there's 2 cars in the video. Are we all on the same page? So this is talking about the teaser that Kendrick dropped before he dropped GNX, where there's 2 cars in it, and then the song in the background was not in the actual album GNX. So the theory goes that basically because he dropped the Hard Part 6 on this album, which he usually does before he drops an actual album, like the last tweet talked about, and because of stuff like the 2 cars and just the overall mixtape vibes, that Kendrick is going to drop an actual album soon, and this was just the warm-up. Personally, I don't agree with this. I think this album accomplished everything Kendrick wanted to do. The bangers, the mainstream success. It doesn't make sense to drop a new album. Greg tweets out, just finished GNX and gosh, the tears in my eyes. The beats, the features, the flow, the lyrics, the album cover, the theme, the emotional moments. Everything was garbage. From beginning to end. On my way to the hospital, definitely the worst album I've ever heard. Big Oni tweets out, 7 out of 10. Most of the beats sounded the same, not gonna lie. Most songs are pretty good, but compared to his other works, and especially his disses he's dropped this year, GNX is just an okay album. First of all, I hate the normalization of 7 out of 10s being okay. Like, that's a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10s are okay, regardless. On first listen, I probably would have agreed with this review. Like, the beats were not hitting for me, the content was not hitting for me, it just was so bland. It felt like it lacked that signature Kendrick kind of sauce that he brings to his albums. And scene change. We're back. What's up? Where was I? I needed to drop this perception that a Kendrick album had to be this grand cinematic masterpiece with these multiple different layers and overarching grand theme with a lesson that could change my life and teach me something. And this did really make me appreciate Mr. Morale specifically, but really all his past albums, and just that he's always had this grand vision and theme that kind of teaches you or just gives you something to think about, you know? And I keep emphasizing the word grand and cinematic because on first listen, that's what I felt this album was really lacking. And to an extent, I still stand by that. This isn't a grand or cinematic album, and it's not supposed to be. It's just mainstream, kind of more commercial bangers, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think upon re-listening to it a dozen times, I can finally appreciate that about it. I see people comparing it to his past albums, and I honestly don't even think you can. Those albums were trying to accomplish something so different than this album was trying to accomplish that I don't think they're comparable. And I personally was trying to compare it so much upon first listen, and that's what really ruined it for me. But when I stopped comparing it to his old albums and just appreciated it for what it was, I really did find joy in this album. Alright, moving on. Don Juan DeMarco tweets out, Whacked Out Murals is one hell of an intro, and then shows this picture of Russell Westbrook. Anochi tweets out, GNX, Kendrick Lamar. Definitely his weakest project, but it was still fantastic. You can tell this was just Kendrick having fun, and it was awesome. A ton of bangers and just a crazy listen all the way through. Reincarnated though. Now that song is fucking special. NFR Podcast tweets out, Nas shows love to Kendrick Lamar's new album GNX. And then it shows Nas' Instagram caption about Kendrick, always inspired by my brother KO, keeping the essence of this shit alive and at the forefront. Salute, King. And for our final tweet, we have Chaz Bailey who says, GNX was the symbolic final act in this movie of personal growth, an ode to the West Side and a generational hip-hop run that started with a simple feature that led to a historic coronation of who and what is the upper echelon of rap today. Embrace it because it's rare. I love this tweet. I think this is really the culmination of everything that Kendrick's been working toward this year and everything that he's accomplished this year. From the beef to the mainstream success and accolades he's received, the Grammys, everything. This truly is Kendrick Lamar's year, and it's lovely that he can put a bow on it with this album. And I love that he put, these West Side rappers on with all the features and that he's supporting his hometown, It's great stuff. It's really special to see, and I'm glad that I got to witness it in real time. And with that being said, that's all I have for y'all today. I love y'all so much. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.